I'll tell you, what's at stake for the New England Patriots? Well, number one, winning, Charlie. You look at this organization in the last 20 years, the last 2 decades, they've only had 3 losing seasons. And 2 of those losing seasons was without Tom Brady, right? Number 2, I'll say the fan base. This fan base is used to a winner. And you look at the Boston area, period, right? You look at the Bruins, they win. You look at the Red Sox, they win. You look at the Celtics, they win. Everyone in that city is accustomed to their sports teams winning. So winning for the fans. Number 3, I'm going to go with Bill Belichick's pride. Bill Belichick is a prideful guy. He doesn't like seeing other people win and not seeing the New England Patriots, who he controls from a general manager standpoint and a head coaching standpoint, not win. So those are the 3 things for me when it comes to the Patriots.
Let me tell you what's at stake for Bill Belichick. His entire legacy. That's what's at stake for Bill Belichick. It's his legacy. And let me tell you why. It's very hard in real-life experiments to get it perfect. Like, let me give you an example. The 49ers and Jimmy G. Here we have a guy who's missed so much time for one team that we can see the sample size is large when he plays for the team and when he doesn't. And I pointed out that when he plays for the
Let's
team,
hear it again.
they win 3 out of 4 games. When he doesn't, they lose 3 out of 4. For the same team. They don't go 500
you
without
love
him.
you some Jimmy G.
He loves that stat.
They don't go 500 without him. They go 1 out of 4 instead of 3 out of 4. Dan Orlovsky comes on and says, well, look who the backups are. There's always something. It's never going to be a perfect experiment, but we go by the evidence we have, right? Nick Mullins, by the way, not the worst guy in the world, but like always, it's never going to be perfect. So I'm not saying it's perfect with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, because life isn't, and real life experiments are not going to be perfect. You just have to take the data that you get. But what do we have? What have we seen? By the way, without Tom Brady, they did have a winning season with Matt Castle. Tom Brady.
They didn't make the playoffs.
They didn't make the playoffs, but they won 11 games, 10 with Matt Castle. Belichick can coach. And for years, I was using that example. Yep. You know, people say, well, they just went undefeated the year before, so that's a big fall off. I know that they won 10 games.
That's a losing season in the Patriots organization.
But the fact is, I know they won 10 games, 11 altogether, with Matt Castle as a starting quarterback. So I would tell everyone, don't tell me about Bill Belichick with the Browns. Get out of here with that, right? And even last year, wait a minute. Brady made sure the cupboard was bare because he had Jimmy Garoppolo shipped out of town. When Belichick wouldn't do it, he went to Kraft, and the owner said, ship him out of town. So there's nothing to replace Brady with. And there are no offensive weapons, which is one of the reasons he left. And there's COVID, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that would be one thing. If the Patriots did what they did, and Tampa Bay went to the playoffs and won a playoff game. Tampa Bay didn't win a playoff game.
No, they did much more.
They won the Super Bowl.
Uh-oh.
And yes, Aaron Rodgers had his offensive line damaged. Mahomes had his ravaged. But the bottom line is, year one, by the way, Tom Brady stacked the deck. It was a loaded team. Jameis threw 30 interceptions. They still won 7 games the year before. 30 interceptions, they won 7 games. A loaded team. He brought in Antonio Brown and Gronk to a loaded team, and Leonard Fournette, who was great,
I wouldn't be surprised at some point if he tell Jules to come on down there, Julian Edelman.
Right? The point is, but these guys could all still really play. So he stacked the deck in his favor.
Yeah.
And if he hadn't won the Super Bowl, I would bring all that stuff up like, oh, wait a minute. He beat, extenuating circumstances be damned. He went through Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes on the other side of the ball to win the freaking Super Bowl in his first year
and did it without Bill Belichick. In
his first year without him in the NFC. Not all those years where it was like, well, the best quarterback you ever had in your division was Chad Pennington for a few years before he got hurt. Get at it. It's the worst 20-year run of quarterbacks ever in the history of football in a division. All you had to do, since you're going to win the division every year, is win one home playoff game. You're in the AFC Championship game. Big deal, Tom. Year one, he won the Super Bowl. And Belichick had a losing season. So in real-world experiments, I can give you all the excuses for Belichick and all the reasons. No one's going to remember that. They're going to remember what Bill Belichick did without Tom Brady. This season, his legacy is on the line. He is the greatest coach in the history of American team sports by far when you think of what Belichick did until last year. And now all those people who had that, was it more Belichick or Brady? The greatest argument in sports of the 20th century, along now with Jordan or LeBron, because LeBron has a lot of people believing, right? The greatest argument, I was always on Belichick's side. Come on, it's the coach, it's football, it's the coach. Not anymore. Not if Belichick has another losing season. No.
So now let me say this. When I said losing seasons, I meant actually the Patriots, if they don't make the playoffs, that's in their eyes, that's considered a losing season.
Traditionally, yes.
Yes. You know what I mean? So, but let me tell you this. I had the opportunity of interviewing Asante Samuel on my show, The HD Connection. And I asked Asante Samuel about the Bill Belichick and the Patriot Way. You want to know what Asante told me? It's not Bill Belichick and the Patriot Way. Tom Brady is the Patriot Way. And he gave all the credit to Tom Brady. I also talked to Deion Branch. Deion Branch told me, I said, what does Tom Brady do to make guys better? He said, it's not necessarily what Brady does to make people better. He just elevates, he makes everyone around him elevate their play. He makes everybody goes here, right? So when I look at that and I look at Asante Samuel, he said, well, it's not Bill Belichick in the Patriot Way, and Tom Brady is the Patriot Way. You're right, Max. Bill Belichick's legacy is on the line. Because if he can't win this year and Tom Brady continues to win in Tampa, then the questions are going to circle back around. Was it Tom Brady or was it Bill Belichick? So I agree.
The answer is going to be, by and large, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Even people like me who said Belichick all these years are going to have to say, extenuating circumstances, I said, be damned. This is what actually wound up happening. This is the evidence we have. It's imperfect, but it's what we got.
Yeah, this will definitely determine the ending of what could be one of the greatest sports movies of all time.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.